Obama's first midterm, he lost 63 seats. By contrast, as of the most current count, looks like around 27 House seats or something, and we'll figure that out pretty soon. We also had a slew of historic wins in the governor's races. The governor's races were incredible, against very well-funded, talented, and skilled Democrat candidate.
Carrie Harrison with you in Lucerne, Switzerland. I happen to be right in the very middle of this beautiful country. Not only is it filled with nature, filled with gorgeousness, filled with first-class everything, but it is just beautiful to boot. It's also right in the center of this nation, and this nation is in the center of all of Europe, surrounded by the beautiful Swiss Alps. Let's now take a walk through Lucerne's famous Chapel Bridge. You'll notice these classic flower boxes that go along this bridge. Well, it's not just for beauty. It turns out that this particular form of geranium acts as an insect repellent, a natural insect repellent. Flies, bugs, all of them hate these, and they were originally used on farms to keep the animals from being bitten and swarmed too much. Not only are they gorgeous, but they have that double purpose. Now, this is one of the longest wooden bridges. It goes back hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. You can see the artwork. These paintings were made originally back in the Reformation ages because Zurich, Switzerland, which is north of here, is Protestant. And here in Lucerne, in the central part of Switzerland, is extremely Catholic. The idea was that these paintings, when a Protestant walked through, would instantly convert to being a Catholic, and therefore Switzerland would become an all-Catholic nation. It's true that the famous Swiss Guard, which guard the Pope in the Vatican, you have to be 20 years old, you have to be male, and you have to be Catholic in order to be able to guard the Pope. So there are lots of rules, and definitely it's a bonus to be that when you live here. What a gorgeous day it is. We're walking through this. This is called the Chapel Bridge, by the way, and it connects two parts of the city. So it connects that part in the back, and then it connects this part. And by the way, both sides are a different height because once upon a time this was actually a barrier where troops would stand and defend the city from, well, you know, whoever that might be. Neutral country, they never really had to do it, but they were prepared nonetheless. Famous Swiss cowbells. I'll find some real cows for you so you can hear them clang in their natural habitat. What a beautiful day this is. And I love being able to take you live through here. Once again, these paintings start up again for Protestants to instantly, poof, transform into Catholics. I was raised Episcopalian, which is Protestant, Church of England, if you really want to go way back in time. I have not changed because I'm walking under these, but that's okay. I respect and admire it. Let's walk along the flowers here because they are so gorgeous. Is this not spectacular? Now we have to play dodge people. A special kind of tourism whack-a-mole, I think. You can see the real Swiss people. They're very quiet. It's a long bridge. That's the main train station there, called the Bahnhof in German. I'll show you the different levels in the cement fortifications on either side so they could do battle if they needed to. And we'll get to that after we Notice how these paintings are blacked out? They're burnt, scorched. This used to be a place where people had little kiosks and they would roast chestnuts. Well, it caught fire. So these are the remnants of these very, very old paintings, charred to smithereens. These ones survived, as you can see, barely, probably smoke damaged. But they're still there. Alright, so let's take a look at the different levels of fort. I know this is like, oh my god. Okay, so you'll see that length. You can sort of gauge it with your eye here. Now I'm going to walk over to the other side. You will see that it is much higher. This way, they could do the right kind of blooming flowers in November. You gotta love it. Well, the sun is very bright that way. I'm gonna close the aperture a bit. How is that for extremely gorgeous? Let's turn away so I don't blind you. And we're gonna get a view of the bridge from this side. Everything drapes over. You have to admire a culture where aesthetics are very important. Look at that. It was very overcast today. It was snowing up in the Alps, which we are surrounded by. You can see the snow over there. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Yep, winter is here. Skiing is only 2 weeks away. Alright, let's go back this way. I love being with you, by the way. This is so cool, and I hope you're appreciating the stereo audio. I have this cool new microphone. Most people, when they live stream, it's just mixed mono. It's just the nature of the phone or the device. But I think you should go first class. Cost was not a commentary. It wasn't mine. Look at this. Jesus. Fantastic. And the lighting couldn't be more perfect this very second. I'm just going to take a couple of stills because you're not going to see that again. Alright. I want to thank also Luzerne Tourism for setting this up for me so that I could bring this to you. They've been super generous, and because of them I'm staying in a 4-star hotel, 4.5, 5 even, the Anchor Hotel, A-N-K-E-R, which stands for Anchor, because this city, Lucerne, happens to be a big lake city. Now, here's a very interesting piece of information. This water you see here is potable, meaning at any minute of the day or night, you can lean over and drink out of the lake. It is perfectly pure and clean. Even though you see above, the water is clean. The water that fills it comes from the Alps, from 30 different sources. And the water is completely exchanged every 3 years. Continue to walk through. These cobblestones are 600 to 800 years old. And you'll notice how perfect they are. If you've ever been to Tallinn or a lot of other parts of Europe, Poland, sometimes the cobblestones, especially in Italy, are very rough and poke up. And if you were to roll a cart or your luggage over it, it would bang and clatter and smash. And these are in perfect shape. if one were to break, which would be kind of hard because they're made out of granite, but if one were to break, which they do occasionally, $50 a brick. And these are half the size of what we think in the United States, say on a building. Everything is very expensive here. But that's the way the Swiss like it. That's why we like to come. And even if you're not staying in the best, and they do have the best of the best here, even the not best is way better than most other places. And it is affordable if you want to go that route. They have versions of the 99-cent store and every other thing that you're used to everywhere else. You just have to look for it. What a beautiful day. I would say it's about 65 degrees. Just perfect. Almost no humidity. Hi Cimarroni. That means hot chestnuts. So the Swiss speak 4 different languages. One is Italian, one is French, one is Swiss German, not German from Germany, but a dialect, their own dialect that is unwritten. And it's called Swiss German or Schweizerdeutsch. Schweizerdeutsch in High German, in Berlin German. Now, the Swiss can understand Germans, the Germans cannot understand the Swiss. Look at these beautiful trees here. Just gorgeous. And I think we're coming to the end. So I will pause this and we will pick up another walk in just a second. I love this technology. I can actually pause it live. Yeah. Dead end till I go up the stairs, but I'll probably lose the signal then. So I'm just going to pause it for a minute.